We've got a fun warp solution for you today. Shawn Gordon here with you once again. We're going to write to a Parquet file. Parquet is the columnar file format that rules the data lake these days, and it's the foundation for the various table formats that dominate this space. It can also easily be worked with DuckDB. And so that's a simple way to get an Apache Kafka compatible WarpStream topic into a Parquet file to use with DuckDB or anywhere you need it. I'm going to be making use of the open source pipeline project Bento to do this, and I'm going to do a quick walkthrough. So let's start here in WarpStream. Here's our topics. We're going to be reading through products. We've got approximately 4 million records in there. We're not going to read that many of them. I want to show you, we've got no consumers going on right now, and we're going to go ahead and look at that Bento script. So in Bento, we've talked about this before. Here's our setup. It tends to be the same pretty much anytime you want to do this kind of thing. The important bits are your SASL username and password. Now, I've exported those as environment variables. You could paste them there. Here's our topics. Now, here comes the part for Parquet. Now, understand, Parquet is a columnar format. It's not really an append kind of write format. So you got to batch up what you're going to read, and then you go through the compression step, and it exports it into Parquet. So that's what we've got going on here. We're going to batch 1,000 records at a time. So that means every unique file will have 1,000 records. Compression, that's obvious. Encoding's obvious. This is our schema layout. This is what our inbound data looks like. And because we're going to set it up like this and it matches the inbound, we don't have to go through any machinations. You could get much more complex with this, but I want to just start you with the basics. Down here at the bottom, this is where we're going to deal with the file naming convention. So we're going to just put a timestamp on there basically. And this is a primitive in Bento. It's going to create that warp directory if it doesn't exist. We take a look over here. You see that directory is not here. So once we start executing Bento, after a few seconds, it should create that directory and start writing those files. So let's go ahead and we'll fire up the script. Let's take a look over in our directory. Boom, there's our new directory. We'll go in there. And you see we are producing records at a furious pace. That's 1,000 per file. So we don't need any more. Let's go ahead and kill that. And let's go take a look at what this all came out. Let's go in here, and we're going to go ahead and use DuckDB. I'll just grab one. So DuckDB can read these natively, which is pretty handy. So let's go in there, DuckDB. And there's our 1,000 records, as we expected. We can go ahead and do a little bit of logic on there. Let's find everything where an inventory count was less than 10. And we've got 207 records. Now, a fun feature in DuckDB, there's a number of ways to do this, but we can create a table from the Parquet file. Like that. We'll show our tables. There they are. Let's take a look at the layout, products. Okay, let's try that same select statement. We've got 207 once again. We're done. That's all that it required to be able to read from a WarpStream topic, consume it into a Parquet file, format it, and deal with all the naming conventions. That's a way to get yourself to a data lake pretty quickly. A lot of other issues in that topic. We're not going to go down that path today. Let's take one quick look over here at our consumers, and we'll show we were in fact reading it. So that's a lot of fun. You should have all the basics now to take this and expand it. Links will be in the description for Bento and everything that you need. Come to our website, open up your free account, and try it all for yourself.